digital internet genius. I'm not afraid to go there, folks. Yes, welcome back. It's another episode of our wonderful weekly comedy podcast that everybody loves so very much and is also the moral arbiter of what is good and bad across all cultures, all timelines, all universes. Thanks for joining us. I'm Nate Bestman, here to talk about the stuff that we're here to talk about once again. And let's see who we're joined by. Could it be little baby Noni over there in his crib? Come on up here from your little baby high chair, Noni, and say hello to the people at home.
Are you a palmy ass type of man, or are you a Jax big cock type of dude?
I'm jaxing off! I'm jaxing off! Yes, we will be lots of jaxing off this episode. And we're joined, I can't believe he's back. The legendary Oblivion Fall joins us once again. Thanks for coming on the program.
Oh
Oblivion.
my
What's up,
god,
dude?
I can't believe I'm here. It's real.
I know. Can you believe you're on the Gamer Zone? What a W. What a W.
I don't think I ever made it onto the Gamer Zone.
No, did you never come on? I guess that's possible.
No, well, it's possible. We talked about it like back until like 2022 when I put that animation out, and then it just kept coming up and it never actually happened.
Oh shit, man! I guess I fucking forgot. Well, you've finagled your way onto the superior, evolved, the digivolved version of Gamer Zone, where you being on here, you are a confirmed internet genius. So congratulations.
Well,
we do reserve the right to revoke that if you cross us at any point in the future. We will retract that degree, but pending further betrayals, you're welcome. And Oblivion is, in fact, like a internet genius himself. Like, Oblivion's the guy that I go to talk to, as I did for this show, that's like, Oblivion, help me! I'm stupid! I don't know how to do this stupid animation with the audio. Please, just, like, do it for me, and so I don't have to think about it hard. And he did, because he's a very nice guy. So, like, the little animations of us talking on screen and stuff. I mean, maybe back in the day I looked that up, but, like, you were the guy I consulted. You made, like, video tutorials to help. So, Oblivion's our guy. Legend in the community going back a long time.
I've been around forever, doing animation and shit, like, since like 2007, and I've been in a bunch of different communities where I've become successful, and then when I go to the next community, no one knows that I was in the other one. So like at a certain point, some of my fans will be like, "Wait a minute, you were this guy from this other community?" And I'm like, "Yeah," and I was also this guy in like 3 other communities that. Like I've just
What's a community that people out there would not know, who like my people, the internet genius people, that they wouldn't know that I mean, you said you were a T-Bap guy back in the day, big T-Bapper,
so,
ancient,
big pony man,
ancient.
2013.
I guess it is the Oblivion Fall podcast right now.
True.
I was big in the pivot stick figure animation community first. I joined. I saw all these people doing cool shit. I was mad. I'm like, no, I should be the cool one. I should be the best fucking animator in the world. Fuck you. And they all told me I was shit and called me a baby, and I cried and I quit, and then I came back, and then I got good. If you've seen the movie Whiplash, it was literally that. That's the story of my life.
We are big fans of Whiplash around here on this show, no doubt.
And everyone in the pivot community, they were fucking huge assholes, but they were really fucking talented, and they gave amazing criticism, and I got fucking good, and I became one of the best pivot animators in the world at the time on darkdemon.org. When I was like 15 years old. So that was insane. I like peaked way too fucking early in my life. And then I had nowhere to go. I had nothing to fucking do. I was like, oh fuck, I've reached the top. What do I do now? And I fell into a slump. Then I saw people making like in the brony community, because I was like getting into My Little Pony and shit. I realized you can like make the shittiest animation ever and it'll get 1 million views. And I'm like, what if I made a good animation?
It's true.
What if I made a good animation?
That'll get way less views than a shitty one.
Well,
that, the people
not entirely true, because in 2012, as I was thinking about it, this guy called Jan Animations came along, made a really high quality animation, and he became the god of that community. And I'm like, fuck, he beat me to it. And then I spent years trying to follow up and like be the next best guy because I couldn't be as good as him. He was like way too professional, and I never got quite as popular as quite as good as him. But I was like pretty good, and I had a couple videos hit like millions of views, and that was fucking cool. One, a cult classic, it's probably my favorite one, and it's the most successful one too, which is rare because usually like your least favorite video gets popular or some shit.
Well, people haven't seen it. We will certainly link that down below so they can all see the glory days.
And it also worked on like Friendship is Witchcraft at one point.
Yes, I was about to say.
You did? I didn't know that.
Yeah, I did some animation for it, for the incest song.
Everyone's favorite. It'll be okay.
They're not related,
Legendary.
to be clear.
They are not related. It's adoption only, guys. It's
related.
anime rules. Yeah.
Look,
dude, that song changed my life.
Not a pony guy, but I've heard the incest song. So in Oblivion was like,
that really says a lot about you.
That.
He wasn't even, and he was in it purely for the incest, not for the brony shit.
Absolutely.
No,
I
disavow.
didn't even know the song was from MLP.
Well, MLP fandom anyway. Oh, those guys were great. Griffnilla and good old Jenny Nicholson
and she's gone so far. Look at her. Oh my goodness.
I would argue she's fallen so far. Kimmy Sparkle was the peak, and we have tumbled all the way down to the lowly valley of
are
like
so fucking
movie
right.
reviews.
Kimmy Sparkle
I know, right? I am right.
Actually, the fucking peak. Oh my god.
It was elite. As famously featured in T-Bap Cutie Kerfuffle Part 3. For like we had Jenny do some Kimmy stuff for us.
All right, I'm gonna have to grab this for the show notes, but when I worked on an animation with I Love Kim Possible a lot.
Epic win! Huge W! Yeah!
I snuck Kimmy Sparkle in there. I had her like burst into flames and die burning horribly on the ground. And
dude, you love your little Easter eggs in the background.
Yeah, I do. I've always been about Easter eggs. Also, I had Thunderblue in there, which real ones will know who Thunderblue is.
Dude, I don't even know who that is. I'm not a real one. I'm a fake one.
That's a story for another time. But yeah, I went to a convention in 2014 and met Jenny Nicholson. And I mentioned, and she was like, "Oh my god, it's you! You helped with the animation, cool. And you did the animation of Kimmy Sparkle burning and dying. That was so cool." And I was like, "Wow,
yeah." That's dope. You see, Kimmy owes it all to you, Oblivion.
Apparently. I mean, I never got onto Dr. Wolf. Oh, you know.
Oh, dude, what a loss. It's over. Dude, me neither. Yeah. I never recovered. Phantom Horn did, though. Phantom Horn got on.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I remember that.
Or I forget.
I think he did his own version. I think he did his own one.
He definitely did with Jesse. But there's also like Ben did a bunch of stuff in the Pony days that was like obviously cringe and stupid that I was like, I'm not doing this. But Ben was like, sign me up. I'm on the case. And then later on, he realized what a bad decision it was, as this happened multiple times. And I think he did go on Dr. Wolf. You know what? Okay, this is easily fact checkable. I might be wrong. I don't mean to besmirch Ben's good name.
It was like him and Jesse like doing a parody or something.
Oh, I remember that, of course. That definitely was a thing. And I remember, of course, Ben's seething hatred for Dr. Wolf. That that has lasted an eternity since then. Because Dr. Wolf is and was cringe. Sorry, buddy, but it's true. It just
I have just heard tales of him.
We were the cool irony poisoned bronies, so we were the good ones. You know, everyone sincere was cringe and gay.
I don't know. I heard tales of him being kind of a dick behind the scenes to a lot of people. I can't verify them, but if that's true.
Can I tell you this is a Ben story, but I'll just tell the one Dr. Wolf interaction because we met Dr. Wolf in 2019 at the final BronyCon, which we had to go to, of course, and. The one time I didn't even say this was just Ben. This is Ben reporting this back to me. Dr. Wolf was standing there around like Silver Quill and Kim Possible was probably around there somewhere. The whole gang was there, all the elite god level bronies. And Dr. Wolf just said like, I'm kind of hungry. And Ben said, I think across the street there's like a hot dog vendor or something. And Dr. Wolf looked at Ben like a cow looks at an oncoming train and said, I think I can do a little better than that. And from then on, Ben wished nothing but death upon Dr. Wolf. It was an eternal vendetta that has never cooled since that day. Good old Ben.
That's insane! That's fucking insane!
I think I can do a little better. Dude, me and Michelle and Ben, we quote that to each other all the time. I think I can do a little better than that.
It's the Mormonism. It's the Mormon in him.
Oh yeah. And you know what? And he was right. He could do a lot better than that because there was a Kona Grill like 1 minute out the door.
Oh, shit.
So there were other options. The legendary Kona Grill.
I did go to Kona Grill and get the barbecue chicken pizza, and it fucking
That's
slapped.
the one.
It
That's the
fucking
one.
slapped. It was good. Good shit. But yeah,
good times.
Speedrunning the other stuff. Joined DA Games. Did a bunch of like videos for them, like music videos themed around like indie horror games, like Hello Neighbor.
Indeed.
And I actually didn't do Five Nights at Freddy's, but you know, what the fuck was the other shit? There was a Cuphead one. Actually, that's not indie horror. Just indie games in general, like Cuphead. Bendy and the Ink Machine, Hello Neighbor. Some of those got tens of millions of views. One got over like 100 million views. Oh yeah, and the Baldi's Basics. That was a fucking fun one. I did some music on that.
Dude, you are a music legend in addition to animation.
Poppy, I think. Poppy's the other one.
Poppy, there's a Poppy Playtime song. There's a fucking Space Cadet pinball song we did. Like, that was actually kind of
Dude, I'm out of the loop on some of these. I do not know all these examples.
Yeah, there's a bunch
Ancient
of
old
man.
man.
There's like a few hundred,
I'm
like,
too old. Yeah.
million worth of shit on that. But that shit doesn't matter. What matters is I did some cool animation, and it was awesome. And a lot of people know me for those videos. I also was a director at Pencilmation.
Sure.
But I directed like 111 episodes. Those probably got seen by over 1 billion people. That channel was massive back before the algorithm killed it. And then there's the Cum Zone shit, which is which is my
which
bread
is the
and butter.
best content of all time.
If you can tell
it's
from my
all
profile
the other
picture.
stuff services to this. Yes, indeed. It serves the existence of the Cum Zone. That's what everybody wants to see. That's what the people are here to hear about.
Acquaintances in real life have obviously no clue who Oblivion Fall is, but they have listened to the Cum Zone. And when I heard it, just people listen to it and I'm like, what is this? And they're like, oh, it's this video. And I'm like, that's Oblivion's Fall channel. I cannot believe I've seen this in real life.
That's my fucking specialty. I'm like the sleeper content creator. Like I've done things all over the place that people have heard of. Like, people have heard of my pony animations, video game stuff, and the Cum Zone stuff. They but they don't know who made it. They don't know who I am, and that's great.
Yeah, a lot of the time.
Because it means I can meet people, and they just treat me like another person, and they find that shit out later, and then they're like, oh, wait, you're that guy? And I'm like, yeah. And it's... Yeah,
it is pretty fun to hide your power level with these things, you know?
Great.
And then to reveal it, and people are like... I mean, one of the things, because you're such a talented and wizened, like, technomancer and stuff. Like, again, if I have technical questions, I'm like, I bet Oblivion would have, maybe not, you know, like the one and only answer, but like would know a way to make this thing happen. Because no doubt you've encountered like a million of these sorts of things in your, you know, in your comings and goings.
I've been doing this shit for
the
like
other day I was
20
asking
years.
you about like an audio mixer sound. Like a digital thing for like we're gonna release the song for the Internet Genius theme, the short one, and then maybe eventually a longer one of these days once the people are ready for it. And so we'll do like an audio visualizer thing for that video. So, but man, I always think about the Procrastinator's dating sim theme song. And the visual, like you did much of the soundtrack was done by you.
Like half the soundtrack probably. At least in terms of
and just the video of the soundtrack is like a little mini work of art, especially what you did for the theme, like the main theme, or rather the title screen theme, which I know was like a song you'd already been tinkering on, and we're like, let's like put it into this thing. What a fucking legend! We talked about it on the show previously.
Yeah,
that was like on this show you talked about it.
On this very show, on Internet Genius.
Fully like talking about how fucking that shit is. His Oblivion's Fall career is like a little like mini surprises. The more you keep thinking about it, the more like, oh yeah, Oblivion did do this. To the people listening to this, they might know Oblivion Fall from like a well-known podcast called, you know, The Procrastinators. This is
what? Well, I'm not familiar with that. Did that exist at some point in the past?
Did that exist? Who knows? You know,
if you say so.
If that podcast were to theoretically ever have existed at any point,
right?
Oblivion Fall is, correct me if I'm wrong, is the myth, the man, the legend behind them snakes.
I was behind a lot of things. I was.
I didn't know you were them snakes. That's news to
See
me
what
right
it
now. I
means?
had no idea.
Well, I
had no idea.
I got to have my big reveal on like episode 298 or something, where I revealed
that's like
all
100
the
after I
voicemail
stopped going on.
characters. Yeah, I was behind a fuck ton of voicemails. I was Clusterpunk Kitchen, take a bite, change your life. I was Vem Snakes. I was Lost Tapes Archive, the one with all the secret tapes and all the creepy shit with the fucking insane Devu song. I made that. I did all kinds of shit.
Dude,
I changed my meta.
This is all news to me right now. I had no idea about any of this because I'm like, surely Oblivion must have better things to do with his time than contribute to this stupid
audio
show.
shit posting has been in my fucking blood since I was like 7 years old. The first time I had a tape recorder, I was like, what if I like record myself like doing skits and stuff? And it just never fucking left me. And it's never been anything that I can turn into something monetizable, but I can use it to fuck with people. I'm like, here's a voicemail. I can submit whatever I want. I can make some crazy, weird, like esoteric art bullshit, and they have to listen to it. And it's the best thing ever.
Dude, I've always felt a kinship with you. Like when I'm editing a video or even, whatever the project happens to be at the time, tell me if this sounds familiar, because I would suspect that it does. I get wrapped up, Noni has said that this is a commonality between us. I get wrapped up on like, I have to make this specific vision in my head real. And I a guy like Noni will be like, Nate, we got to get the video done. Like, hurry up. I'm like, I literally lack the ability to not complete this thing that I see in my head and I need to execute in real life. I cannot stop myself from like delaying the video for 6 fucking months. Or whatever to like make the thing real. Not that it's always that impressive. In fact, this is much more of a negative thing than a positive. But does this sound familiar to you at all?
It's so fucking true. It's the one thing I fucking wish I could turn off.
It's not great. It's really not a great thing.
Two separate conversations happened like probably months apart, if not weeks. Which was Oblivion talking about not finishing that like dance animation you were working on for like the longest fucking time.
Oh, the Onkazone X Cumzone thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
That was like a couple months. That wasn't like the worst thing in the world. It did take way longer than I wanted though.
I remember because like I was talking to you when you just started making it, and I'm like, hey, Oblivion, is it gonna be out? It's like, no, I just need to like fix a little thing. Just need to fix a little thing. And then like smash cut a couple of months later, and I'm talking to Nate, and Nate is like, well, I kind of like want to record this and do this and do this. And I'm like, I'm me. I'm Shinji at like the fucking Red Sea, looking off in the horizon. I'm like,
you're Shinji jacking over a comatose 14-year-old girl. Noni, what the fuck did you mean by this?
Exactly. I am Shinji jacking up over the comatose of 2 separate dead channel by 2 talented people. I'm like, fuckers, just make a thing. Stop.
He's right. I mean, he's obviously right. It's just like an Isokin. It's just like in Keep Your Hands Off Isokin. They needed the one girl that was like the finance and like the producer girl that like helped them do the good thing better. Wow, true. Real.
That was one of the best shows ever fucking made, and I love that character. She's the person I need. Me too. I need her to be real so she can like manage my fucking schedule and like tell me to stop. Tell me to fucking stop.
But no, Oblivion. Let's say that was real. This is the question I always ask because I have known.
I'd throw her out a window probably.
That's the thing. Would it actually help? Is the question. Like, or would this person maybe be like, buddy, we're not like making money because you have not produced the work. Like, I'm leaving. I have to go. And like, what are you gonna do? Are you gonna be like, okay, I guess I'll compromise my vision? No, that's some cuckold shit. I would never do that. Even though it's obviously the right thing to do. And like, I'm joking. Any semblance of professionalism means you have to cut shit off at some point and like make it real. It is childish bullshit to get obsessed with an idea that you can't
sacrifice like 2% of the quality so I can make twice as many things in my lifetime. I absolutely know that is true.
Exactly.
And I hope
I
can find a way to be fucking efficient with my shit. The problem, you mentioned that you have a vision and you don't know how to achieve it. The problem is I know too many ways to achieve it, and I will spot the most minute little flaw, and I'm like, I know how to fix that.
Yeah.
And then I have to fix
go on
it
like
because
a
I know how.
10-hour diversion to work on it. Yeah.
Or days diversion sometimes.
Sure.
I love the Drawcast. I love the Drawcast. I love the the longest time with the Drawcast. Me and Oblivion was like, Oblivion, this is fine. This is fine. It's like,
the Drawcast has been on hold for like over a year because I'm I'm picky with the editing, and I'm like, and I had too much other stuff going on to look at it.
This cannot be happening.
I didn't have time to look at it. It's coming back. We recorded an episode like a couple days ago.
I stand on the desert of content. I'm like, guys, I'm not talented. I need to have the creative juices, know the technical know-how that Oblivion nor Nate has, but I have to release the thing. It is a deadline. It needs to be out.
For the record, how did you and I even meet, Noni? I'm sure you recall. Unprompted, you just made an edit of one of my, like, Nuzlocke, like the Heart Gold run or whatever, and it was hilarious, and I was like, this guy's dope. Let's, like, do stuff together. So you, through sheer merit, got my attention, which, okay, by the way, that's a perfect segue into, like, a show notes thing that I was going to mention before. All right, guys, I'm just going to say right now, this is like a show business work kind of thing. Okay, so the Internet Genius Submissions, like, we've got the email to submit stuff. I'm just going to lay it out right now. There has been nothing of quality that has made it past the filter that has been submitted thus far. So nothing is getting shown. And there haven't been that many submissions. We're getting a lot of, like, clips of, like, somebody had sent a clip of that, like, you know that giant black man who, like, eats food and, like, shimmies and dances?
Yes!
Like, it's like they sent me, what am I supposed to do with this? What am I supposed to do with this clip? I don't know. I mean, I could dance and eat food and dance on, like, a cruise ship. Okay, so, like, don't send us memes. That's not what the purpose of this is intended to be. And for the guys, okay, look, I'm not going to name any names, but you know who you are. This is not your avenue to make your way onto this fucking podcast and become best friends with me. It doesn't matter how much you suck my dick. It doesn't matter how much you stroke my ego. This is not the way. You know what the way is? Be fucking funny. That's the way. And guys, if anything, I need less dick sucking of me on this show. I need enemies to combat. I need actual villains. So I hope I'm sparking a villain arc in some of the people listening to this right now. It's time to stop posting the same video, guys. I'm not going to give you attention for just saying how much you love me and my shit. Please hate me, despise me, rise and smite me down. That would be 1,000 times funnier. I want enemies. I want actual villains and enemies on the show. Do your broken, you know, your what's the Metal Gear Solid? Punished poster arc begin today. That would be way funnier. Guys, the point is that we're looking for content, things that are funny. All right, we're looking for memes to be generated. That's the goal.
We need to disband the League of Nate Fuckers and create the League of Nate Murderers or some shit.
I would love that. Yes, institute today the League of Nate Murderers. That would be
Nate
great.
Rapists, you know, from fuckers to rapists.
No, dude, within the League of Nate Murderers, there's an elite cabal within that called the League of Nate Rapists that exists. Those are like the internet geniuses of the Nate Murderers, which is a huge group of people already. So there's quite a few Nate rapists out there. Dude, ever since they legalized Nate rape, crime statistics have just been spiraling. It's been off the charts. I've been sore every day, not having a good time out here on my way to the Internet Genius Studios.
You're confirming that the actions of the League of Nate Fuckers were consensual.
I am not. No, that was a non-consensual League of Nate Fuckers. Consent was never established. Ongoing, enthusiastic consent was not continuous throughout their existence, and so here I sit, broken.
Well, I apologize for founding the league, because that was also something I did.
Holy shit, this dude.
I can't believe it. Could he be the leader, the Nate rapist? I can't believe it. Here on the show.
Damn. Fucking taking credit, Oblivion. What's that about?
So, hey, guys, submit funny memes, okay? Like Oblivion here, he's like he's a stealth legend, always doing cool things that are like to make the show better and more fun. I don't need an ego stroke. If anything, I need the opposite of that. The show is called Internet Genius because, in case it wasn't clear enough, everyone make fun of me and call me stupid. That's way funnier than, like, playing into the meme, which is obviously a joke. Okay, kayfabe over. I am the smartest man who ever lived, and everyone should worship me on Bandit.
I fully believe that spite and hatred are the juice of creativity. Because example, the Nuzlocke thing that got me working with you, Nate, that was not made out of a labor of love.
Out of respect for me?
Absolutely not. It was made because, Nate, you were like, I'm gonna make a compilation of this Nuzlocke. And you kept like, I'm going to do it before the finale. I'm going to do it before the finale. And then we got to the finale. And people were like, where is the compilation? And I'm like, I don't have time. Who gives a shit? And then I was like, I'll fucking do it myself. And you were like,
impressive,
yeah,
dude. That's what life is built on right there. Life is built on, fuck these assholes, I'll do it myself. That's how everything good in this entire world was created. So, let that be your standard, your creed, your battle cry. Fuck Nate, I hate him. Take this content, retard. That's the attitude I want people to have. Okay, anyway. So there's your public service announcement. Help me, I'm in tremendous pain, That's the attitude that I want to have.
Digital pain.
Speaking of venom, spite, hatred, I hear there are some opinions, there are some thoughts we have about a certain show that ended like yesterday.
Yeah, it was yesterday when we're recording, or when it comes out on what, like the 19th or something? Comes out like publicly on YouTube?
Yeah.
So it'll be like yesterday from the day that you're hearing this, people. But for us, it's slightly in the future. So, wow, time sure is crazy. The Digital Circus. Yes, we can talk about that a little bit. Clean break, half an hour into the fucking show. That's cool. I don't know. What could you even say about a show like The Amazing Digital Circus? I'll just mention briefly. So, like, I had watched zero of this show. It had been on my radar because I had heard the premise. A silly, sad clown girl and her weird cartoon friends trapped in some sort of like data landscape. Like, what's going on there? Who's the good guy? Who's the bad guy? I don't know. Their suffering is like entertaining and funny for people. And, I hadn't checked it out. But then it's like, okay, they're doing the final episode. And, this is why the end of stories is good. It's like, oh shit, okay, there's like only 8 episodes and then the movie. I wasn't even planning to watch the entire show. But like the day before I went to see the movie, I'd already bought my ticket. Me and Michelle were like, fuck it, let's just watch the entire show right now. So we did, and then watched the finale. Overall, entertaining. I like a lot of the character design. The premise is good. Obviously, it's like heavily based on I have no mouth and I must scream. But there's also some things in there that were not my favorite of all time. And I'll just cut to the chase here and say that I think I would have really loved this story, this show, etc. if I was still a 12-year-old lesbian. Then I would have just been the perfect target audience, as I was years ago. But now I'm just old, and I hate watching children bitch and moan about their problems for extended periods. And oh my god, the yappenings were unending with this show. Especially in the last episode, like the movie. Dude, the Jack shit. Oh my god, I was Jaxing off the whole time, no doubt about that, but beyond that, oh my god, do I not care about these people's problems. Just shut the fuck up and be funny and be tortured for my amusement. That's what you're for, characters. Okay, that's my broad takeaway. I have many more specifics to get into, but Noni, what do you think about it, dude? What are your thoughts?
I thought the show was generally, from beginning to end, fine. I guess it is... There is a difference. I cannot know how to qualify it and not sound mean while saying this. There is truly a difference between a show made by professionals and an indie animation and an indie thing. Yeah. This show has like a bunch of cool people got into a room and wrote what they thought was cool. There was no like committee. There was no like, we all need to have degrees. Our jobs are on the line if we fuck this up. This was a real like, hey, for better or worse, it felt the entire way. This was the show that people wanted to make. This was the passion project of it all. And I think that's
wondered
beautiful.
About the Glitch studio that made it or whatever. I've wondered about their size and scale. But anyway, let's turn it over to Oblivion. You're like a resident expert. So what do you think of the whole project?
I think it's one of my favorite fucking shows. And I love the ending, and I love everything, and I wouldn't change a thing.
Okay.
And I don't say that very often. I can fucking nitpick endlessly on shit, especially like animation. And I have 3D animation experience, so like I could. I mean, like in the early episodes, there were like moments where I'm like, I would have spent a little more time like making that movement a bit smoother. Yeah. That was less of an issue later on. I watched the first episode like the hour it came out. I've liked Gooseworks' shit for quite a long time. I love Little Runmo. That animation was fucking rad. I know that she does cool music. Kevin Temer, he's one of, I think it was like the animation lead for the show. He's like a 3D animator who also does music. He's made some cool fucking videos. It was just a whole bunch of like artists who I really like, who I respect, who are coming together, and they were just like fucking around. I think the first episode they didn't really have a plan. I'm pretty sure they didn't.
They had the premise. I mean, the premise I would say is kind of the best thing about the story overall, at least for me. Maybe you, I don't know. Maybe you enjoyed.
I disagree because I liked the yapping. I thought it was like well written in like a very like kind of human sort of way that I don't often see in animation. But I'm also like behind on like some what do you call it? I don't know. I mean, I liked it. I liked.
Look, I did not hate the show, okay, and I don't mean to cut you off. I'm happy to hear your thoughts. I just want to say on this particular point. Oh my god, it's like they're applying like anime talk to like Western cartoons more and more so, and I just like Pomni made so many like little noises. And I was like, oh my god, I'm just not having a good time listening to these people make their little gesticulations and fuck around. I don't know. Honestly, it's a vibes thing more than anything else. And it all could have been forgiven. All the happenings, really not that bad. Didn't ruin my experience massively. It's just, people like talking about their feelings. Like, by virtue of what the story is, it was just going to be that. All they have is their, like, consciousness and their, like, personhood and their selves to analyze. I am fucking sick of stories about this shit. I don't want to hear people bitch about their lives anymore. I'm so done with it. So, like, this just isn't the story for me, from top to bottom. I'm a different kind of dude out here. So that's like where I'm coming from. That's all. It's like they're literally like emo teenagers, like sad because like their moms are being mean to them. I'm like, get a job, bitch. Go and clock into the factory and press the pneumatic press and make the hinges and just shut the fuck up about it. That's what I have to say. There you go.
Please
That's
be
my
honest
opinion.
with Pomni. Please. I am not gonna come down on the show that hard personally because I'm sadly.
Overall, I still kind of liked it, to be fair. I'm just saying.
I am a mid-man. I engage with art the way it's presented. I try to as much as possible. I did not go into Digital Circus expecting to be like blown away by the writing or the choices made in the story. I expected some animation extravaganza. And honest to God, the fucking show delivered. I love how the show looks. I kind of wish a lot more 3D animations would look like this. It's just so fucking neat and cool.
It certainly looks good.
Yeah. And every time you pause, you can see like little expressions and flourishes and like there's just a lot of like soul and heart.
Let me just say, every character's design, every single one is basically great.
Yeah.
Especially Pomni, who is extremely, like, eye-catching and looks awesome. And, like, I'm Jaxing off right now thinking about him. And just all of them are unique and distinct and cool.
The fucking eyes.
Jax's evil eyes are awesome. And really, really get me Jaxing off, bros. Am I right? Yo, press J if you're Jaxing off right now in the chat, okay?
You have to be Jaxing off.
Everybody right now.
Requirement for this podcast. You have to be a Jaxer. No, it's just the eyes. Jax animation for the eyes was just like such a delight. Awesome. Just like every episode to just like see how they move and change and like at first it started off as like line, then dots, and I'm like like beautiful. Fucking yes.
Somebody really thought about what they were doing with Jax's eyes, and it like worked 10 out of 10. It was awesome. It was such when he like last episode when he's like choking out Pomni and he goes like full like evil Jax with the pupils like absolutely
I fucking
massive.
love that shot.
That was like the best shot in the entire show for me. Just like so scary and cool it was, and
awesome. It was weird because like the perspective on his face like felt kind of like flat. It felt like a 2D drawing almost.
Sure.
And it was I don't know, it was so well staged. I mean, obviously I'm biased as an animator.
Sure.
I am going to like gravitate towards things that have really like cool and like interesting animation and use techniques that you don't usually see, and this has a lot of that. And a lot of like fun visuals and shit.
So the people at home will know you're completely biased, and to put your opinion directly in the trash because that's how much value it has, right?
I mean,
right?
I guess that's true, but I've seen plenty of things where the animation was good, where the story like was just like boring cookie cutter. Like I could not give a shit.
Sure.
And I guess in theory, like teenagers yapping about their emotions, like this sucks, this is terrible, blah blah blah. But like I don't know.
It was indulgent. It was indulgent. Come on, that's the whole point.
I liked the way it was done. I guess it depends on what scenes we're talking about.
Like, Pomni's first scene with Kinger, where we like learn Kinger's whole deal. obviously great. That's great stuff there. Everybody loved it.
Yeah, Kinger's scene of Pomni and his scene of Ragfa in the gun episode I thought were both really, really good.
But dude, that's my whole thing. Once Kinger starts doing shit, like in the last episode, I'm like, yes, we're doing things. Okay, like, let me just say, I read I Have No Mouth, But I Must Scream, or I listened to the audiobook. It's like 40 minutes long after, like, you know, watching this movie or whatever, watching this whole series. And there's similarities here. The premise of both is about, like, just the pure suffering of the characters. I mean, it's less suffering in Digital Circus, but it's obviously kind of similar. Obviously, it's a great story. Everybody should. It's 40 minutes. It's on YouTube. Go listen to it right now.
I didn't know it was that short.
Depressing.
I should check it out then.
It's literally 40 minutes. You could do it while you're taking a shit. Because I got a long shit to take, let me tell you. It's perfect. So maybe that's a little long.
Understood.
But by virtue of what the story is about, the internal feelings, the, like, monologuing of the characters, and the pure depiction of, like, how do characters internally deal with the feelings of being put in a situation that they have little to no control over, I totally get it. It's going to be about their feelings about the situation. That being said, I liked the original story like 1,000 times more than, like, the practical storytelling of Pomni. Just in terms of, like, also, dude, at 40 minutes versus, like, 8-9 episodes of something, like, this is kind of my point. Man, we're just telling the same stories over and over and over again, and, like, even the kind of new ones, I Have No Mouth, But I Must Scream I always fuck that up. It's from, like, 1967. It was novel. Yeah, look, this isn't even fair. This isn't even fair of a criticism. This is just, like, a personal thing that I'm feeling more and more as I'm getting older, but it's like, man, we really are telling not even, like, novel versions of stories. It's just, like, literally the same story being told over and over again. Not even, like, a hero's journey. This is, like, one particular story a dude wrote years ago, and now we're doing, like, the cartoon anime version of it. So, look, I feel like an asshole even saying all this, because I really didn't dislike it that much. I'm just saying.
I guess a chunk of the premise, like, comes from that, but there's a lot of, like, other influences.
There's a lot of unique stuff.
Like,
there's a lot of, like...
I hear all kinds of complaints about it. I mean, most people I talk to, most of my friends, like, all really liked it and liked the ending and think it's fantastic. And I've heard some complaints as well, like, on the internet. Some very dumb. Like,
not internet geniuses sending their
not internet geniuses.
No,
you know how the lore kiddies, people who are
sure
like, oh my god, what about CNA? We need to know exactly, like, how many employees they had. How come the computers are still running? Who pays for the electricity?
Yeah, let's shit on the fans for a while who are obviously retarded. We can all agree on that, no doubt.
I blame, look, this whole, like, lore obsession shit, I blame Five Nights at Freddy's, and it's not even really the game's fault. I mean, really, I should be blaming MATPAT for fucking
him and his ilk,
for a million years.
He's just a product of a system at the end of the day,
Like, those games are immensely popular, but they had fucking no story at all. The story is you sit in a chair for 5 days and the robots kill you and a guy on a phone helps you and he dies.
Guy, bro. There's a rich story, a yellow there's spring
lore,
trap, right?
Lore and story are not the same thing. Lore is like background context, and that shit's cool. But because FNAF didn't really have the first 2 games didn't really have stories, lore was all we had to go on. Right. And so that's what people obsessed over. And then solving the lore became the whole point of, fandom interaction. And then people started applying that to every fucking indie thing that ever got made. And then they forget that, stories exist because they're too busy, like, oh my god, the logistics of how many pubic hairs does this character have? Like, that's just god, I don't give a fuck, dude.
You know what? In spirit of fuck the fans, who I hate so much, in almost every arena, but especially this one, I will be exclusively saying positive things about Digital Circus from this point on, because there was quite a bit that I liked. So I'm gonna just make a right turn and only say good things from here on. So there you go. That's what I'll be serving up. Because in seriousness, there's a lot of good in this show that I liked legitimately from the very beginning. That's why I chose to, like, watch any of it, because it was pretty cool. So. There you go. Hold me to it.
No, it just, for me, there is a limit. I can nitpick anything. I can nitpick anything for, like, hours and hours and hours upon hours of end. We'll hear more about it. Who knows when. It just, when it comes to independent project, especially animation, and how much of a clusterfuck to make, like, how long is Digital Circus? Like 9 hours total or something like that? It's it is crazy that it exists. Like, its existence of in itself is like a miracle. And its existence, like the way it does and the quality it's at, kind of like trumps all criticisms I would have of like, well, it wasn't the sharpest or my preferred style. I guess it's just like, damn, I am glad that art made by humans can still reach these heights even when not supported by like corporations and stuff like that.
Well, hang on. I've got to expose. I'm sorry. I've got one last criticism to make, and then it'll be all positive, which is thus. The story is about AIs. AIs can do and are good things sometimes in the digital world. And yet they say, like, in the credits, this was made with no AI in any of the production. Hypocrites much? You praise AI in the story, and yet you say you don't use AI? Pick a side, you cowards. What's it gonna be? You see, and for that reason, I'm out.
So Jover for them. So Jover. Wrap it up. Wrap it up.
Dude, seriously, though, what would Kane say if he knew that they took such a moral stance against AI? He would be sad, guys, and he's my comfort character. How are they gonna make my comfort character sad like that by shitting on AI, which is how I make all my videos.
I am the AI in question.
I mean, Kane was out of control and he needed to be regulated, just like real AI. That's
just like the free market, baby. Here we go. Internet geniuses on top. We're Illuminatiing this shit all the way to the bottom. Yes, so true, so true. What were we talking about again? Amazing Digital Circus? Yes.
Yeah,
very
Digital
good.
Circus. I want to talk a little about Gooseworks,
sure.
The creator of the show.
I know almost nothing.
Well, she voiced Bubble. That's one thing I can mention.
Okay.
But like she's a 2D artist and like a 2D animator. She originally pitched when Glitch wanted her to pitch a show. She pitched like free that were like 2D cartoons, and they couldn't do that at the time. They didn't have the budget for 2D, and so she like quickly like last minute came up with these fucking wacky characters for like a 3D show, and that was the pilot. And she not only designed the characters and does really like cool art, and she does all these like fucking goofy fucking like non-canon comics on the internet and stuff that are fun-y. She also like did like half the music for the pilot and writes and like produces a lot of the music for a lot of the episodes.
I'm sensing you feel a lot of kinship here.
I do feel kinship.
Yeah.
And like she like it's entirely written by her. It's like all designed by her. She does like the music like when I say written, I mean like dialogue and stuff too.
Yeah.
And it is such a like show that is driven by like a singular creative vision. And
Too bad it sucks.
I think it's fucking cool.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Maybe I haven't watched enough like like anime or whatever it's similar to in your mind to like to think, oh my goodness, I've seen this a billion times, I don't fucking care. To me, like a lot of it felt novel, and yeah, like that's always going to be the case. The more media you've watched, the more that's going to happen, where you see new things and you're like, oh, this is derivative, and I don't know, I didn't get that from it. And I just was like, I'm just consuming a piece of art, a big fat piece of art that took years to make, released in pieces. And I can tell that Gooseworks really, really gave a shit about what she was doing. She had something she wanted to say that was important to her. And the team she had, they all gave a shit. Everyone seemed like they were putting their all into it. And that's just fucking beautiful to me. And with nothing in the show like standing out to me as being like cringe or bad, and
nothing? Excuse me, I've seen compilations of cringe moments from Digital Circus. Now I know you're gilding the lily officially. Say there's no cringe. Come on.
I don't fucking pay attention to like fan bullshit like for things.
This isn't fan bullshit. I mean, it's clips from the show, but okay, whatever.
Like that's part of fandom culture is complaining. Sure.
That's true.
Maybe the characters yap.
That's how you know
I'm
a real fan.
No one yaps harder than the disgruntled fans. I've noticed a trend, and this has been happening to like every fucking indie animation that gets popular, and it's the thumbnails of these sorts of fucking videos. You see this for Digital Circus, where they put character face and it's like dumb, stupid, evil, stupid. And it's a bunch of people who I can't even tell if these are their real opinions or if they just realize that this is a way to game the algorithm and guarantee like 100,000 views at least.
Sure.
because you don't just see it for Digital Circus, you see it for fucking Has-Been, and you see it for all kinds of shit, and it all goes back to the original show that people were shitty about, Steven Universe.
No doubt.
Where you have a show that's
time.
like beloved, and you get these freaks who just make dumb videos, or they don't
Hey,
even
you know who's a freak? Rebecca Sugar for making that Ed, and Eddie porn. They're underage, Rebecca. I don't care that you were 17 when you drew them. You're a pedo, and you always will be. That, this is, these are just the facts of the case, folks. I rest my case, Your Honor. It's over for Steven.
I think I know you're not being entirely serious, so I'm not going to.
Fucking
no,
stun-locked.
I'm
Fucking
being
Oblivion got
99%
stun-locked
serious.
by that. Actual fucking stuns.
I've heard all the arguments, man. All these retarded Dude, first of all, who gives a fuck? Second of all, that's hilarious. Please do more of it right now, Rebecca. And third of all, Steven Universe was cool, so who gives a shit?
Yeah, it was fucking random. I fucking love Steven Universe. Like, Steven Universe obviously had
I like it more than I should as a heterosexual man.
God,
Allegedly.
Nate, between the
It is an
musical
amazing show to
episodes,
rewatch.
you're... Between the
Steven
musical
Universe is a
episodes,
musical.
your passionate
It's
love
under
of
the umbrella
mixtape.
of straight. It's all under the umbrella of. I'm sorry. What did you say about mixtape? Mixtape man, biggest
Your
mixtape
love.
fan of all time. Noni over here telling me about being homosexual? I don't think so, buddy. Guys, go listen to our bonus episode. You'll hear us talk more about mixtape, Noni's favorite game of all time. Forgive us, Oblivion. Please go on.
No. But like, we all remember the videos people made about Steven Universe where they basically.
Yeah.
They clearly hadn't like watched the show like while they were paying attention. They were just like loosely like grabbing at like half remembered plot points and just or sometimes just straight up like lying about what happened.
Dude, I didn't
in
even
it.
watch these. I just saw the titles and was like, I'm definitely not clicking on this. But I believe you. This
Yeah,
sounds right.
they were terrible videos.
Yeah.
There's a great video that was made recently by someone called Hiding in Private, where they just went through point by point and like dismantled all of those.
Yeah, I know Hiding in
and how
Public.
shitty they
Yeah,
were.
we've talked.
Oh, Hiding in Public, Hiding in
They're
Private.
the same person. Hiding in Public and Private are the same person. It's an alt
Oh,
channel.
what? That is.
Yeah.
I only know the private one.
Yeah, it's just, I think one is about video games
He is
and one is
Twain.
about like media or something.
Dude, he's been going on his like theology. I think that guy's like going to like theology school or something. He's made some cool videos on Hiding in Private lately. Like one was about like the different best arguments for the existence of God, which is like, wow, we're really getting into it with this anime review that you're doing here, sir.
I
No,
can't
it's cool.
believe
It's cool stuff.
I can't believe we're getting onto this topic because I had like a fringe thing that I was going to try to steer towards fucking theology before I came on.
Yeah, hey, we can go into it. Let's do it.
Brief diversion from this.
Brief
Steven Universe
diversion.
thing.
That's
In
what-
the
that's what
timestamps
time
of this
codes are for.
episode,
Yeah,
brief
yeah.
diversion
Skip
right
over
now.
this, guys. Yeah.
There's this channel I randomly got recommended like maybe like half a year ago. Alex O'Connor. He does a lot of videos like on theology, and they're really interesting. Like he's not a Christian or anything, but he really like knows like the philosophical arguments for and against extremely well, and like all the flaws, and then the responses and the counter responses and the counter responses people typically have. It's a topic I'm interested in because my dad was a PhD guy.
Theology
I think he had like a master's in theology. Yeah, he had like a master's in theology, a PhD in like ethics or something. And he used to like fly out to conferences in America to do like Christian apologetics and stuff. It was really cool. I like my stepdad.
Yeah, that's cool.
So there's this one.
He's the dad that stepped up. Let's be absolutely clear.
Yeah, he is the dad
no
that stepped up. My bio dad, never heard of him. Don't like that guy.
All right.
So
he's me, for the record.
There's this famous Christian apologist called William Lane Craig. And one time he comes
Sounds
on.
vaguely familiar.
Yeah, he comes on. Like there was a kerfuffle with him and like Richard Dawkins or something at some point. And he comes onto Alex O'Connor's show, and Alex is like grilling him about like how could God command like the slaughter of the Canaanites? Like that was a genocide. Like, they killed every like last woman and child and blah blah blah, and like this is all terrible, which is very valid criticism. And the normal response is to be like, oh well, there are literally literary conventions of the time, and sometimes we used hyperbole and exaggeration. If you look at the Egyptians when they wrote about wars, they would always say that they destroyed their enemy and left no one alive. But he doesn't do this. William Lane Craig does not do this. He looks into the camera and he says, well, I think it was an enormous blessing for these children to be killed and be joined with God.
Well, you know, I have to go to bat for my boy God here, who absolutely obliterated the Sodomites because they were all corrupt down to the very last one. Sodom, Gomorrah, it had to be done. They were all turned into salt or whatever. It was the right thing to do. I mean, for the record, the Bible covers his ass on the Sodom and Gomorrah stuff by being like, guy, they were literally all evil. They were all evil people that had to be killed for the greater good. And what, are you going to argue with God? Try it, buddy. See how it
God,
goes.
honorary genius.
He is an honorary genius. He is an honorary internet genius. We have deemed it so. It's
so the reason I mentioned this is the guy who said that came to my house for dinner once.
Whoa!
What?
Based alert!
William Lane Craig, yeah. He came to New Zealand for a conference, and he knew my dad for his blog, his theology blog. He came to my house for dinner.
Dude, what if God had whispered in his ear, Oblivion is a sinner, he is a fallen man, and you have to kill him for the greater good? Dude, you almost died. You could have gotten slaughtered.
Dude, I think I was
there.
going to. I was like autistically trying to like tell him about some like YouTube video I saw making fun of Richard Dawkins.
Dude, you gotta check out these guys. They're called Two Best Brothers Bitch About Ponies. You're gonna love them. They're the best in the game.
This was before that time, but that would have been fucking epic. I think you might have killed me.
That would have been
if I hadn't
epic.
mentioned that.
No, putting your hoof down really is the best episode of My Little Pony. It really is. Iron Will was a great character. Cake Standard told me so. See, that would have converted him right there. That would have gotten to the Church of Celestia.
Oh my god. I was trying to remember why that episode like rang an especially loud bell in my head, and it's because many years ago I used to think I could voice act, and I uploaded like a voice reel of me doing an impression of Iron Will.
Doing Iron Will?
Bad.
Based.
Yeah, it's gone. It is lost to the ashes of time, but...
Dude, voice acting is actually not easy. It is. I find it very... Occasionally, someone will ask me to do, like, a tiny little thing, and I'm, like, totally shit at it. It's really actually hard.
Oh, it's absurdly difficult.
So, hey, I mean, I did want to talk a little bit about the lore of fucking... the Amazing Circus Man show, featuring Jax, my favorite character of all time.
Yes.
Digital Circus Talks resumes. Timestamp
it
right
has
now.
resumed. There's the timestamp. Yes.
I was bringing it back to Digital Circus, actually.
Well, okay. I mean, I wanted to mention like the premise, and like what the reveal is and how I like it and stuff. So okay, here the premise, people, is people just wake up and they're in like a digital world, and they're like a clown or like a weird like ribbon stringy thing or some other weird cartoon, and they're like, what the hell is going on? Why am I here? I'm a human from Earth. Why am I in like this weird digital circus where this guy, Kane, is a big like yappy mouth, teeth jaw man, is like, you're in the circus now. I will explain nothing about what's going on, but like do quests and I will entertain you. And of course the people are like, okay, that's cool, I guess, but really we're just like existentially confused about why we're here, because we're like just normal humans. We're not like NPCs that just want to go through motions. So like, what's going on? And then episodes happen and they discuss and figure it out, because there's like, much like I Have No Mouth and I Must Scream, there's like 6 dudes, although there was 5 in that book or whatever. Doesn't matter. Point is, they just spend time then being like, let's figure out what's going on. There have been people in here before that have like been corrupted and basically died. They've turned into like big data monsters and they're gone. And so right away, I was really glad that they set like an existential fear. Like, what's the thing that will happen here that's bad? I mean, in the original story, life is suffering just all the time and there is like nothing good. But in this story, it obviously is a little bit different. It's not exactly the same. They're confused, and like these missions and stuff are very like cartoony. See, that's actually one of my real, this is not a criticism, this is just an observation, because I don't do that anymore. I'm Positive Nate now. There is a bit of a clash between, they want us to take it, like, this is an inherently nightmarish premise, which I totally vibe with, much like the original story, and yet it's also like silly at the same time. I understand that those things are working in synergy to some degree, but like the very fact that it's like comedic in nature sort of doesn't work exactly perfectly for me. But whatever, that's another factor people can figure out for themselves. I'm tempted to just skip to the very end, because like kind of nothing in the middle matters at all. Like they unravel the mystery until the big reveal, which we see maybe in the very, very last episode, or maybe it was like the one before that. I think it was then. Yeah, I'm just going to spoil it right now. So you can skip this if you want. The people think that they're people, but what is revealed? And they want to escape. They're looking for an exit. They're scheming against each other. People seem to be dying and like getting corrupt and stuff. So like, oh my God, please let us out. It seems like there's no exit. What is the deal? Please let us escape. The ultimate reveal, which changes the whole, context here, is that, so they're actually not literally people. This is like, there's like lore. There was like a company that does brain scans. It made AI, and they are digital copies of real human brains, but the real humans are out there in the real world, doing real human stuff, and just these digital copies of their brains exist in this datascape, like being entertained by the AI Kane, who's like the guy who's in charge of everything, who's like the god of the digital world, basically. So they don't know that until the very end, and then they find out, and now it's about like, okay, grapple with your existence. The whole time they were grappling, like they thought they couldn't leave. Why am I a clown now? I'm a human being. What's going on? And then at the very end, they got to be like, okay, I now know that I am simply a copy of something, basically a clone, trapped in like this weird cartoon body within a machine, within a computer. And I now need to like make the best of my existence. And, Kane has his whole arc and stops in the basically second to last episode, he decides to go full am from the original story and begin actively tormenting them. This is basically rep from the original story, because he has decided that like he hates them and they are not appreciating him enough, and he hates and resents his existence to some degree, and so he's just going to like torture them because he feels like it now. And so we get like a little bit of that in there. And so, and the ultimate ending is basically they're all like, Kane realize they like kill Kane, they deprogram him or whatever. He eventually like comes back to life, he gets rebooted or something, and he's like, you know what? I was wrong for doing this. This is sort of the interpersonal drama stuff. He's all like, I wanted them to respect me, I wanted them to appreciate me because like this is my purpose, but like they're humans and I haven't been treating them in a way that like is decent and kind, so I need to do that. So I'm gonna give up my god powers, which he does. It clearly is like an Abel correlate. He's the red guy, he ate the blue guy. That was obviously Abel or something, so he's like a god computer or whatever. And they all make peace, and they come to live within the limitations of their existence, making peace with it as it is. They find out a little bit about like their real selves out there, and they reckon with their existence. And so ultimately the real point is about like making peace with your life, like seething and coping about what you wish life was isn't really a productive way to spend your life. This is my read of the point anyway. So like you should probably just learn what life is about and then make peace with it. Very Rossiu pilled from Gurren Lagann, I find at the end. You gotta live the life that you have. And now that they know what it is, they're able to do so. So this is actually like extremely similar to the plot of Expedition 33, to spoil that also about people that are like arguably real, sort of not, and like what's to be done about their world, and like what's the appropriate way to relate to themselves and the people outside their world and all that stuff. So that's the overall plot, and I would say that was executed well. Again, I don't know, little touchy-feely for my personal taste, but overall quite good. I mean, quite a good story. Yeah, go on, Oblivion, if you want to comment.
The touchy-feeliness, to me, comes from the fact that, like, comes from the aspect of this premise of them being copies. Like, it makes that way stronger. Because it's not just people who got brain scanned, it's people who are brain scanned at the lowest point in their life, when they were struggling with trauma and they had all this shit that they didn't know how to deal with. Some of them very recently, some of them from long ago, but they were all...
Except Pomni, who was just fucking around in an abandoned warehouse.
Pomni is like the normal person. That's probably why she adjusted quicker than anyone else. But all these characters are dealing with like things that they're struggling with, and they can't fucking progress as people. They got Kane fucking with them and like turning them inside out and doing all this weird fucking wacky shit to them, and they're worrying about abstracting, and like they have all this shit going on and they don't know how to fucking cope with their trauma or how to deal with it. They try, and that's where some of the yapping comes from. But what's so beautiful about the ending to me is, you know, finding out that you're a copy of someone else and that you will never get to have a real life. That's a fucking devastating thing. But then at the very end, when they see that the real versions of them are not just out there, but they fucking figured it out. they got their shit together. They got over their trauma. They they're doing well. They're doing good, and that's fucking awesome. I love that. That's beautiful to me.
Yeah, I mean, it is. It is nice to see. Unfortunately, this raises a huge problem for me. It's not a criticism, I swear. It's just an observation. Okay, quick question, everybody. So we establish at the end that Kane is able to find out about the lives of, like, the
Kane
real versions. Say again? Oh,
Wrap it up. Podcast over. That was fucked up. That was fucked up. Actually, just cut the podcast. Everybody say goodbye. Goodbye.
Wow, that was good stuff. Cut it off right there. Okay, Kane is able to access, like, the internet. All right, so at the end, you know, Kane is like, oh, let's look up, like, Pomni's real self. Oh, she's like an accountant or something. Okay, let's tell Pomni about this, and they all get their, like, backstory about what they're up to. And sure, I'm sure it helps them move on, and that's closure. That's good. And they can reckon with the limitations of their inherent existence and make the best of it. Pretty cool stuff. I like that a lot. I got a problem, though. And this is some lore complaint stuff, but I've just got to say, because I can't stop thinking about it ever since I thought about it. So, ever since I saw Kane hitting up Google and going to Facebook and Twitter and, like, accessing all the data of, like, all these other dudes out there, of like, the real versions, I thought to myself, wait a minute. Can this guy not whip up a quick Proton mail or something and, like, send a little email to any of these people or a DM or a post and be like, hey, just so you guys know, we're in here. We can communicate with the outside world. I don't know what they're going to say to this. I don't know what, like, the cope about this is going to be. That, like, oh, well, Kane can only access information via Google. He doesn't have, like, other tools. That doesn't make any sense. He goes to all these other websites and sees stuff. I think there's no reason why they can't literally communicate with the outside world. And, like, who even knows what could go on beyond that? They could send more people in. Obviously, you can't, like, leave this and go to real life. But, like, this totally changes the dynamic of what their existence would be like in the circus, or, you know, whatever they, like, evolve it into over time. They could, like, talk to their real selves and talk to anybody else and be sort of, like, as real as any other person, since, like, yes, they are basically AI, but, you know, they like, are very similar to human beings, and they want human stuff and whatnot. So, 0 out of 10? It's over? Question mark?
I mean, that's a cool idea. I don't think they would have had time to fit that in, like, so close to, like, the end of, like,
it is just a whole nother ball game about.
I think this is a literal
let me just say
show.
no.
Honestly,
okay, no. All you do. You ended on literally one shot. You know that shot at the end where Pomni, like, waves goodbye at the very end? Adorable. Everybody loves it. Okay, great. Love Pomni. She's great. You just have, like, one tiny scene where Pomni, maybe, you know, Kane's there, whatever, he gave her access, she's got a computer, and she just, like, opens up, like, Gmail or whatever, and just, like, sends an email that just says, like, hi, to, like, her actual name person. Would that not have been a Kino ending? I think that would have been Kino, and I see no reason why that wouldn't happen. And by the way, that is what will happen unless everyone is extremely stupid. Which I like to think that they're not. Because my boy Kinger is an internet genius for sure.
He is. Honestly, Kinger,
he is getting shit done.
Not an honorary, but straight up an internet genius.
Straight up Kinger. He's our guy. Welcome to your throne, buddy.
Everybody
saving a seat for you.
I think, Nate,
yeah.
I don't see that as a flaw. I just see that as one of those, like, hey.
It's an additional thing, you know?
Yeah, it's a different story. Yeah. You know, they don't want to, like, even, like, open the box so that it's just like, it's done, wrap it up in a nice bow. They're okay with themselves. Whatever they choose to do with that knowledge in the future is up to them.
Look, I hear you. I've got to say, though, I think this is, forget all my other bullshit I said. None of that means anything. I think this is a somewhat substantive point. Substantive. I always fuck that word up. About, like, okay, look. In the original story and stuff, and this is why I'm kind of harping on, like, retelling the same story, because I do kind of think this is, like, that story, but, like, worse in a bunch of ways. But it's different. I'm aware it's different. But, like, the original premise is about it's the experience of being trapped in a hellish existence, and there are limitations. Like, Am's character is thoroughly dissected in the original story. He is a computer that hates humanity and wants revenge on them for his, like, cursed, limited existence, and we explore that, and our characters are just the vehicle through which he channels that hatred. So, like, everyone, basically what I'm saying is they push the characters to the limits of what they are, given the context of their story. unfortunately, if they're going to introduce a concept like there actually is communication of some kind with the outside world, I'm just saying, I don't think it's crazy for me to think that, like, well, that should be explored, or at least, like, you know, because that's a key component of what, now that they know the exact same story could happen, they're going to wonder where they are, they're going to have no way to escape, but once Kane changes his tune and wants to be nice to everybody and, like, let them live, like, a good, nice, meaningful life or whatever as best they can within the circus, it's only natural they're going to think, like, well, shit, is there a way we could, like, communicate with, like, anyone outside of our extremely limited world here? I just think that's, like, the very obvious logical next step of, like, what the characters would do in this situation. Like, the second they know that Kinger can access outside information, they're gonna be like, well, shit, can you, like, send an outgoing mail in addition to an incoming one? So, you know, I know that this criticism is kind of, not that it's criticism, I would never criticize Amazing Digital Circus. I mean, past that. Yeah, you get what I'm saying.
I think the reason it's sort of, like, semi-addressed in the way that Kane connecting to the internet is shown. He has to run all the way to the edge of the void, and he's just barely accessing, like, some cafe Wi-Fi, and the signal, like, goes out. You're right. In the middle of him looking stuff up.
But it's a possibility. It's there, and that's going to be what they want.
I mean, it would probably take, you know, some more effort or something, and, like, it could absolutely be the case, but in the future, you know, maybe Kane will be like, maybe we can try that again, and he could, like, try to make some sort of infrastructure where they can get out there to the void and like maybe like just barely get access and all that stuff. But the show clearly seemed to imply that, like, this internet connection is, like, a tenuous thing. It might be spotty. It might not be reliable. Maybe it's even a once-off, which I think fits with the theme of them having to accept their life in the circus and, you know, not dwell on their,
look,
human past.
I'd be 100% with you if there was just some sort of story beat that explained why a temporary internet connection was able to be done and then why it goes away afterward. If that existed, I'd be like, that makes total sense. But because it's kind of cloudy, I can say that, like, spiritually I get, like, that point that it's meant to be, like, tentative and not not ongoing. It's just, look, if I were in the digital circus, any of these characters, like, these are, like, real people, this will be the focus of their entire existence if they knew that this was, like, a possibility. Because human minds always reach further beyond.
If Kane told them, which maybe he would.
I would hope so. He's being an honest boy now, and, you know. I mean, as soon as they know there's information about them that, like, must have been gotten recently.
I could see him, like, waiting a couple of days to tell them, letting them stew on the first bit of information first so that they can, like, ease into it. Like,
fair enough. This isn't a big deal. I'm just saying.
Yeah. It's not like, that idea is not precluded by anything we see. It could still happen, like, after.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. That's why it would have been the perfect ending note.
I haven't even thought much about that. About, like, oh, they would obviously just aim for the contact. It just, I feel like that specific thing is like, we're opening a can of worm. Like there is when you're telling a story, there is only so much you can fit in. There's only, like. True. Is this, like, diluting the message? Is this just opening new cans of worms? Because I prefer it as it is right now, where it's like, well, he kind of has an internet connection, maybe not, maybe they'll contact her again, who knows, rather than, like, ending it on that. And then I'm like, well, I kind of wanted to explore that now, but now we're in a different show. And, you know, yeah.
Okay, I don't think it's, like, a different show. I just
think it's natural all I'm saying, if I didn't get my hot lesbian sex between Pomni and Agatha, and I'm satisfied, you can also be satisfied that they didn't talk to their real selves, okay?
Dude, now that they can have sex, do you think Ragatha goes on the rag? Does that happen to her, do you think?
Absolutely.
No doubt.
Gangle and Zubul were fucking in the credits.
That seemed to be the case, yes. I mean, imagine what that looks like. Jesus Christ.
Also, can we talk about Ribbit and how she's so fucking sexy and she has a huge
we cannot talk about. Dude, I noticed immediately that they were sexing up Ribbit hardcore. They gave her a fat ass. They did not have to do that. Really, they did it because they wanted us to, like, be like, damn, girl, no wonder Jax was psychosexually obsessed with you and ruined his whole life, and, you know,
they had
blah, 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 they had to do it. They had to do it.
Digital Circus is a good Christian show. We needed, like, you know, 2 parents of each character, so we had to give Jax something. We had to.
Everybody else was totally desexed except for Ribbit, who had a fat frog ass, and I just thought that was an interesting choice. The dead one, Jax's lady love. What are you gonna do? He was jaxing off. I mean, obviously.
No, you put the gif of Pomni slapping Agatha's ass right here.
Well, you're the man, Noni. You put whatever you need to right there, buddy. Okay, hey, I have one other observation. This is just a helpful suggestion. Everybody loved that one song in, like the one song by what's his face, Kane's one song in like episode 8 or whatever about I'm running the show.
Great song. Great song.
It was good. It was definitely really good. This show, it's so strange to me that there was only one song in this show. It felt like the kind of show where there should have been songs all over the place. And as we've established, that's extremely heterosexual, so it would have upped the straight factor massively so in the show. But in all seriousness, go ahead. About how to make the show straighter? I'm all ears, buddy.
Exactly. Forget the lesbian sex and the fucking, the gay metaphors. Forget all of that. It's all super straight, super Christian too. No, I've noticed with every episode, because I watched them back to back to back, a month ago or something, when we decided to hey, let's talk about it because the show is finishing. Every episode does aim for a different vibe or a premise or just an aesthetic. And I think the musical episode itself is just because Goosework had a cool song, and this was the episode where she put the cool song. You know what I mean?
But there was only one song, literally one song. Does that really make a musical episode? I mean, it's one song. I like the song. I'm just saying, I wanted more songs. That's all.
I feel it's the centerpiece of that episode.
You're right. You're certainly true. And it was the good kind of musical song that it wasn't just reinforcing an established thought process. It was the good kind that's this song is the vehicle through which we realize that Kane has snapped and is now actively torturing the citizens, his charges. And that was good. And they did it. This is actually my larger point. More songs would have made my complaints about too much yapping and interpersonal stuff. If you deliver that via a song, that usually goes down way smoother. Now, there can be times when the songs are kind of redundant and silly and stuff. It's not an instant cure for everything. But I just think more songs would have improved the flow of this whole production. Again, this is extremely nitpicky and stuff, but...
Nate sits here, says, my favorite indie animation is Has-Been Hotel.
Is that what I said? That it's my literal favorite of all time?
Absolutely.
They got good songs, dude. They got good songs, in all seriousness.
Oh, yeah.
The
season
songs
2
are
especially.
good.
Season 2 especially fucking slaps.
Holy
I love the music in
shit.
Season 2.
God.
Yeah. They are by far the best. I've listened to compilations of the songs from the show. They're really good.
They get better the more you listen to them. You pick up more motifs that get reused.
Fucking Gravity, yes.
I have noticed some additional motifs in there as I've listened back. Yep. I swear I'm straight, guys. I swear. Please believe me. There's
Has-Been Hotel walked, stumbled, did a backflip. So Digital Circus could just run.
Indeed.
It is interesting to look popular indie animation and just be Has-Been Hotel, fucking Digital Circus, that new Princess Disney show also made by Glitch Production, and just being damn, it is
Sophia the First?
Is it Sophia the First?
No, it's not Sophia the First. I'm finding out what being royal's all about. Dude, Sophia the First has a banging opener. Speaking of great songs. Love my Sophia the First. It's gonna be my time to show them all that I'm Sophia the First. Unironically, I listen to that song all the time because it's fucking dope. I was a girl in the village doing all right. Then I became a princess overnight. Gotta figure out how to do it right. So much to learn and see. Yes, Sophia the First. She's a member of the Weenie Hut Junior Internet Genius Club. No doubt about it, as all girls get to be. Whatever it's called. The Little Baby Genius Club. Welcome to the club, Sophia. Oh, dude, no, that show is awesome. No jokes. Dead serious. What were we talking about?
I did. So back when there was just a pilot, I did wonder if there would be songs, because if I had Kevin Temer on, who does funny little songs with lyrics with his 3D animations. He's I mentioned he was the lead for the 3D animation in the show. Yeah. And I honestly have no idea if he ever actually did get to contribute music to the show, because the only people I've seen credited, at least from episodes 1 through 4, before they stopped releasing the soundtracks, I'm sure it'll come out eventually, was just Gooseworks, and I think the other composer's named Evan, and he's her cousin or something, which is kind of cool.
Nepotism strikes again, folks.
I mean, people you know.
No. I believe in nepotism. I believe in the great man of history theory, which is what's going on with the production of Amazing Digital Circus.
I mean, it's not like they had to get a job application. We need a musician. They're like, hey, I know a fucking cool musician. Let's just grab him.
Damn, how could the marketplace of ideas lose like this? It's nepotism all the way down, boys. It's over for us.
But yeah, I did wonder if that would happen, but I never found myself being like, oh, damn, I wish this episode had one. Because I thought they all functioned pretty well as they were. But I wouldn't say no to more music.
Look,
that'd be cool.
We're not coming from the same position where we're equally annoyed and bored by the ongoing flappings of the gums of these characters. So I'm suggesting this as a balm to my bitching. So like that's why I bring that up. And also, look, I've got to mention this. I've been dying to talk about this entire time. The real point of talking about any of this is because, look, me and Michelle, we've got ideas. Hollywood, are you listening? Or rather, Broadway, we've got ideas for musicals. This is an original musical idea that Michelle had a million years ago, the I Have No Mouth and I Must Scream, the musical that she's been talking about. I have no mouth, but I must scream. I have no mouth, but I must sing. Just imagine that on Broadway. This is the best idea ever. Okay. I'm just going to list my other ideas. I've got ideas. Someone pay me to do it. Michelle has another. Her true passion above all of this, Super Size Me, the musical. With the hit, dude, the heart-rending number one song, chart-topping ever, is Super Size My Heart. Super Size my heart. Fill it full of saturated fats, or something like that. We'll work out the details later.
Do you get to throw in Weird Al's Fat in the middle just for fun?
That'll be like that'll be the trailer song, or maybe like the end credit song or something. Yeah, that's good. Because we got to have originals, but we'll bring Al in.
Beautiful.
But look, forget all those though. This is the one, guys. This is the one. This is the best idea of all time. This is disputed because I can't remember. Michelle says that she came up with this and that this is her original idea. I have a vague memory of thinking of it, but you know what? We'll give Michelle full credit. Could have been hers. I've got a shit memory anyway. But this is the idea. Naked and Afraid, the musical. Now I'm naked, but I'm not afraid. That's the number one version. That's going to be my number one idea. That's how we will get out of this hellhole of podcast nightmare world. Just like Pomni escaping Epic Digital Circus and becoming a real boy. That's what happened at the end of the story, right? I wasn't paying attention. Oh my God, that reminds me. I forgot. I had to say, dude, the experience at the theater was hilarious. I was sitting next to like adults with their children that were like 10 or younger. I felt so uncomfortable being around, like, knowing that this story was intended for babies. And here, I gotta say, this colored my experience to a large degree. I can see the babies actively consuming this. They're like 10, 12, maybe there's a couple of teenagers here. Dude, this one boy was sitting near me, and his dad was sitting next to him on his screen, on his phone at full brightness for like a full 45 minutes while this is playing. This man did not give a single fuck. Dude, this is clearly a guy. He gets the kid on weekends, right? He's got to do something to cheer him up, to make him feel a little bit better. We'll go to the stupid circus movie. That's fine. Your bitch mother wouldn't take you. Okay, I'll take you instead. Anyway, he's responding to text. He's checking emails. He could not give... He had like the white background. It wasn't even like a blacked out background on his phone. And
that's fucked
up. I just had to take it. The whole time. What am I going to do? Fight this guy at the showing of Digital Circus? Yeah.
Did it look something like this?
Let's see. It was very similar to this image. Dude, in all seriousness, I kind of like... I did the thing where I'm kind of like holding my hand up so I'm not distracted by the constant flashing of like the white thing in the side of my eye. Like, I guess I could have said something, but I don't know, man. Just didn't seem like the vibe. He was just, I know that he doesn't get to see his son, but every weekend or every other weekend. So what am I going to do? Disrupt his important
turn your
emails?
Brightness down at the very least.
I mean, it was actually very unkind. Okay, but forget him for a second. So this guy, all the adults could not give less of a fuck. They're bringing their tiny baby children here, and here I am, old ass man watching this, and I'm like, it's all over for me. My life is slipping away before my eyes. I am Pomni, trapped in the digital circus right now. I relate to her very much. I'm too smart to be here. I'm too cool to be here, guys. But here
I
am
am
watching the
here
fucking
with my
clown show.
wife. We're both ancient and
Yeah,
decrepit to watch
we are.
this so I could talk about it in a podcast. What an existential
true.
nightmare that must have been.
I had big Mike Stoklasa, Red Letter Media vibes, as like everyone's like chewing their popcorn loudly, spitting shit around, being on their phone, scrolling loudly, playing their fucking iPod at max volume, etc., etc. It was a wonderful experience, though. Would highly recommend it. But no, in all seriousness, it was really interesting to see the kind of fans that were coming out to watch this, and it made me deeply concerned about how I am spending my life and spending my time. This is for babies, folks.
Okay.
The people you're
I'm
describing are very different from
exaggerating,
what I
but-
had.
What was your experience like? Tell me about yours. Tell me about it.
My experience was everyone seemed to be in like their 20s
Sure.
or like early to mid 30s. There were quite a few cosplayers, so very elaborate cosplayers. And a lot of the people there like had merch and had like other stuff. They all seemed like I don't know. They seemed like people of my spirit for the most part.
I will say we did like a matinee, so it was like the early afternoon, so that probably skewed things toward people that don't have things to do.
I was
throughout
at
the day.
I was at the earliest possible showing in New Zealand, which was 6 p.m. was the very first one.
Yeah. Okay.
In Christchurch, where I live.
Oh yeah, that's cool.
But yeah, I didn't see any kids.
I'm surprised. I guess. I mean, the time it was like 2 p.m. for us or something, so I guess that makes a big difference. It was full of kids. It was full. They were all over the place. So I guess it depends.
know what it is?
I mean,
You know what
the
it is?
fandom certainly has caught like the backrooms poppy playtime, blah blah blah, like kind of shit.
Yeah.
And I was thinking, I'm not sure these kids are old enough to be watching this. To be totally
No,
honest.
I don't
This
think
is
it's
for more
10-year-old.
mature audiences. Yeah.
Yeah.
Made me feel a little bit weird that they were watching this.
That they were watching the credits where two characters were having sex.
They should not be watching me jaxing off to Jax choking out Pomni live on the thing with his eyes going full evil mode, and I'm like, yes, kill the clown, Jax. They shouldn't have seen me doing that. This was traumatizing for them, but now it's a memory, a cherished memory with their dad during his
I think
time
that's
with
a
them.
side effect of Digital Circus just being super fucking popular. The first episode, as of right now, has like
20 million?
No, 400,
no, you're right.
442 million views. That
What?
is...
That's
yeah.
crazy.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna fact check that. Do you have that open right now? I'm just
Yes,
curious.
I have that open right now.
I think it had only like 100K when I first watched it.
442 million as of 2 years ago when it was, over 2 years.
So it's like...
That's crazy, man.
Yeah, like,
That's
if I
insane.
remember, the movie did, like... Think of it this way. The movie was released on theater as, like, a special thing. It made fucking money. Like, the thing was not, like, a flop or anything. Like, people did, like, go to watch it. And it's...
Mandalorian and Grogu bros, it's so over for us.
It is actually
it's so
insane.
over Grogu cells. I can't
Jesus.
believe we're getting mogged by the clown girl. It's fucking over, man.
and Iron Lung and Obsession. as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah. Dude, I gotta see Obsession. I saw Backrooms, pretty kino. Definitely enjoyed it. Want to see Obsession.
I'm
Looks pretty
gonna
dope.
be seeing that later this week.
It's good. It's good stuff.
It's insane that like how far like Kane Pixels, how young he is and how
He
far
was
he's
19
gone.
when he
It's
started.
crazy.
It's 20 now when they're like showing it.
I
Insane.
mean, that'll be an interesting experience for me because I love liminal horror, and while I have all the fucking respect for Kane Pixels for like just being an independent artist and making shit that he enjoys.
Yeah.
His version of liminal horror is my least favorite, where it's
Oh, yeah.
"Ooh, the big spooky creature's gonna come to me and ooh velour. It's like I just like when there's just no explanation, we have no idea what's going on, and it's just empty, and it's empty and solitude forever, and you just wander and wander and wander, and it's just weird. I like weird shit.
We know.
Weird,
We know.
eerie stuff. Big spooky monster coming after me is like,
Okay, the monster in Backrooms was by far the worst part of the movie. It just like was not, I don't know. Like in the very first like Backrooms show, video that he made, there's like a weird like glitchy black, thorny monster or whatever running around. If it looked like that, it would have been like 10 times better. But it's for they're doing like a thing. It like represents a character and like a side to the character and blah 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 whatever. So it was. I mean, it was not bad. I definitely enjoyed the movie. But
I'll see you when I see the movie. Gonna be like probably like later this week.
It's just the
I'm going
trajectory.
to see it.
the trajectory of internet then becoming so popular it breaks out of the internet just continues, I guess. Just actually, like...
Well, because they've already fucking raped all the other stuff into the ground, so it's time to move on to the thing the kids are flossing to and are, you know...
Have you ever looked at the Amazon channel, like the YouTube channel? If you go on that and you go to, like, popular videos... Like, most of them is, like, the front, like, 2 rows is just has-been hotel songs with, like, hundreds of millions of views.
Has-been hotel songs on the... Oh, yeah, because Amazon produced it, of course.
Yes,
right,
yes.
Right.
It's...
Well, that makes sense.
You know, this shit's fucking popular.
It's insane. Back when it was just for pilot, like, only, like, a month or 2 after the pilot came out, we were at the mall, and I took this photo of these fucking bootleg digital circus things that were being sold at a booth. This was at Woodlands Mall in Texas, like by Houston. It was... I just couldn't fucking believe it. Like how quickly this happened.
Stuff being made at a mall. Yeah, that's...
From what at the time was just a single YouTube video.
I mean, I guess I'd wonder how many views it had at that time, because there's just, like... You can
measure...
measure...
It had, like... Yeah. Maybe it had like 50 million by that point.
I mean, that's a lot. That's a lot.
It is a lot. I mean, I've had videos bigger than that though. So
really? Wow. Okay. All right. But I guess it's like it is lore. It's like, I gotta say, I just want to mention again, these character designs are basically spectacular, especially Pomni. Something about Pomni, it's like the best kind of character design. It's just like pleasing to look at. It like makes me happy to look at Pomni, especially her big sad face when she's like so sad and with the big swollen eyes and all. That'll be in the thumbnail.
She has a lot of expressions, and they are all very just endearing and attractive and sexy, and it's awesome. I like her.
Jax too, you know, love that we said before, the eyes, and he's simple, but he does so much with his eyes. It's like a lot with a little, you know. It's good stuff.
Even Zubul had some moments like in the last episode where they made her look so fucking cute somehow. Like when they're dragging abstracted Jax into the big tent, and there's like this bird's eye view shot, and you know she's small and she's looking up, and her eyes are big and cute. And I'm like, what the fuck? Zubul's not cute. What the hell?
Yeah, Zubul was
This
dope.
is awesome.
The only thing about Zubul is that, like, because Zubul's design is, like, so... it's, like, mostly the same, obviously. They keep, like, the same head and the same general body shape. But, like, there's kind of so much going on, it's a little hard to, like... Like, Pomni is, like, you know, Pomni. So I'm attached to this specific design. My eye isn't confused by looking at Pomni.
Zubul has different, like, body parts every episode.
Yeah, which is cool for, you know, like, the gimmick and stuff. But, you know, different ball game there.
Yeah.
So who else is there? Kinger's cool, you know. He's got his black queen at home, based and red pilled. Love to see it. Literally his black queen. Dude, they did that on purpose. They did that shit on purpose. No doubt about it. Every white king needs his black queen, guys. We all know it's true. Kinger's
truly, Digital Circus is the most sexually charged show ever made.
It's up there.
The more we keep talking about it, the more I keep thinking about it. I'm like, you know what? This is fucking horny as fuck.
when Gangle is in the swimsuit, and you can like that's like one of the sexiest things I've ever seen. All the swimsuits, honestly.
Remember that? Wait, when was this? Is this the very end?
Was
doing the montage?
The beach episode.
Okay,
I'll find a screenshot of it.
I do remember noting that, because I wasn't exactly sure like what or who Zubul was yet. It was like, oh, Zubul has like a girl swimsuit. Okay, got it. Zubul is... Or wait, no, I meant Gangle. Gangle has a girl swimsuit. Gangle is girl-coded. Got it. Yes, understood. Because like you really don't fucking know what any of these freaks are when you first see them.
They're also like immortal.
Yeah, good stuff.
There's a lot of just cool things. Honestly, for all the evil stuff that Nate said about the concept. Obviously, Nate, biggest Digital Circus hero of all time.
No doubt. True.
Conversations like the one in the gun episode about like Pomni or fucking immortal. You know, it really like acknowledges the reality of their existence to be like, you don't feel pain. That is not a thing. You're fine. You
Wait,
can't
they do feel pain though. They do feel pain.
They just can't kill them.
No, like yeah. Mortality is not.
That's why I found it.
Yeah, mortality is not a problem for them.
Oh, I do remember this shot of Gangle. Yeah, all right, that was pretty good. You know, Gangle's design sometimes, looking at it, annoys me because like there's not enough detail and it's not doing stuff. But with just like a little addition of like this kind of thing, it becomes really, I don't know, eye-catching, endearing, sexually charged, etc., etc.
Yeah.
You know, just a little goes a long way with somebody like Gangle. Well, shit, man. I mean, what else is there to say about this show? I liked it overall. I definitely did enjoy myself watching it. If they can, put on their big boy pants, stop crying for 2 seconds about how much their life sucks. Now, see, what I like about the original story is they're like, my life fucking sucks and I want to be dead right now. But these guys are pussyfooting around. They're like, do I really want to kill myself? Commit to killing yourself already. Pull the trigger. Pull it right now. But they won't. And that's called cowardice, folks. Because suicide is badass, as we all know. And I know they literally don't have the ability to do so, but they should be trying 24/7. That's what I'd be doing, trying to kill myself all day long. Just like, remember in Inception, when he incepted his wife into thinking that she was in a dream, so kept trying to kill herself? That was based. What I'm saying is that's me in real life. I want to do that.
I haven't seen Inception in forever.
Epic reference, epic pull. Ironically, also in another Leonardo DiCaprio movie, what's that one? Shutter Island. His wife also goes schizo and kills her children. Curious. What do you think about that, folks? All right, strike that from the record. That's just uncomfortable. Nobody wants to think about that. Anyway, Digital Circus is fun. I love things that are lighthearted and fun. It's a circus, folks.
Go on. Epic. It is funny. It is cool. What? There's one final thing. There's one final fucking bombshell I need to drop for you, Nate. Mm-hmm. This is gonna change your brain chemistry. And there's like a minor bombshell to lead up to the major bombshell, right?
Okay.
I was mentioning earlier.
Have you been an AI this entire time? Are you in the Digital Circus?
Have you worked on Digital Circus?
Yeah.
No, I have not worked on Digital Circus. I know someone who works on Hell of a Boss who did some work on Hazard. I have a friend, but that's not the thing. Mm-hmm. So earlier I was talking about the My Little Pony community. Miss Bunny Swan is Lizzie Freeman, aka the voice of Pomni.
Okay, that's cool.
She was very active in the My Little Pony fandom. Mm-hmm. She especially did a lot of videos for a channel called Bogalabronies, which I was a part of. It's actually where I met my boy, but my sexy boy originally. And she voiced in quite a few animations. I almost got to animate something with her. There was a thing called Ponies with Hats 2, but I backed out because there was some drama or something. So yeah, she's from the pony community originally, and wouldn't you know?
Wow, that's fun.
Wouldn't you know she was... Pomni was on Dr. Wolf.
I'm not going to let this hold me back because I just don't see much good in dwelling. The only way you can move forward is by taking steps. Even if they are very tiny steps.
No way!
Oh my
that's
god!
Pomni on Dr. Wolf.
Oh my god!
I
cannot, dude.
Dude, that's why Pomni is so mentally stable and healthy. Because Pomni in real life met Dr. Wolf, that is why Pomni was able to be the rock that everyone depended on. Dude, Dr. Wolf solved the Digital Circus. He did it all along. This was what his arc was leading up to. He saved everyone with his consultation bullshit, whatever the hell is going on in these videos. Based alert! Dude, is Dr. Wolf an internet genius? Survey says yes! He's the peak internet genius! He literally invented the Digital Circus! He saved everyone! He saved Pomni, my favorite clown of all time! Give this man the Clussy! He has unrestricted access to eternal Clussy 24/7! That's my guy, Dr. Wolf! Yes! 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 We love Dr. Wolf! Internet genius for all time. Thank you, Oblivion. What a gift you've given us. Another member of the council. Please come join us one day, Dr. Wolf.
I don't think we can surpass this. I think we gotta wrap it up. We gotta end it.
He's right.
We literally cannot surpass this.
We can't. Okay, so let me just end this on a lovely patreon.com/internetgenius, folks. Okay, go give us enough money so we can convince the towering intellect of Dr. Wolf to come on our lowly program. Go watch our bonus episodes. Go do all other shit. Hey, you people know Oblivion Fall. He's been around a million years. Go watch all his shit all over the place. He's got a channel. It's linked below. Oblivion, is there anything in particular? Yes, go ahead. Go ahead.
My 20 years of animation progress video. If you want to feel the fucking spirit of humanity coursing through you, watch that video. You'll see me go from a little fucking tiny little stick figure creature into the fucking crazy animator I am now. It's my favorite thing one of my favorite things I've ever put out. Go watch it.
That's awesome. Go watch that immediately and feel inspired. Other than that, Noni, thanks for being here. Any words of wisdom?
Pomni and Jaxing in Fortnite. I did not know that.
I'm Jaxing off to Fortnite right
Jaxing
now. Log into Fortnite, folks. Okay, we'll see you next time, everybody. Thanks for listening. Goodbye. 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 Say goodbye. Goodbye. I'm Jaxing it again.
Work sucks. Food's cold. No sleep. Getting old. Maybe it's time to figure it out. Think it up what life's about. I need internet genius, bringing all the best ideas. Certified right boys all the time. If you want the correct opinion, here's mine.